So present my screen now. Can you see the screen? Hello, can you see the screen? Okay, Anurag. See, only very few have joined, only 32 are here. Please tell others to join first. I'll wait for one more minute and then I'll start. Hello, I'll be taking attendance in a few minutes, okay? And also I'll be taking screenshots in between. So do you remember where we stopped last class? Anyone? Do you remember? So we were discussing about all these we have covered. We have discussed about business presentations, kinds of business presentations, then preparation, and then organizing the material. That is blue sky thinking. Then selecting the main points. Then there should be the main content, introduction, content, and conclusion. The three main parts of a presentation. Then you should decide whether to give illustrations or not. Okay, then there should be an introduction and a conclusion. And in the conclusion section, you should inform audience to ask questions and all. If they have any queries, certain presenters, they encourage questions in between, and some other presenters, they encourage questions only at the end of their session. So this is where I think we stopped yesterday, isn't it? Isn't it? Are you able to hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, Ashwin. Okay. Okay, Typhoon. So, see, even the number haven't gone up to 50 yet. Where are the others? Only 45 are here now. Please tell others to join first. Hello. I'll take attendance now. Okay. So, number one,
Present.
say your attendance. Number one absent.
Present.
Then two. Number two absent. Three. Roll number three. Absent. Number four. Hello. Are you listening to me? Hello? Yes, then say your attendance. Number 1, 2, 3 absent. Where is number 4?
Number 2 present.
4 absent. Then 5.
Present, ma'am.
Number
Number 2
5.
present.
5 present.
1 minute, 1 minute. Okay, I didn't hear any of your attendance. Okay, once more, please.
Number 2
Number
present.
number 1. Number 1.
Present.
Okay, number 2 present. Then number 3. Number 3 absent. Number 4 absent. Number 5.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, continue your numbers. Number 6. 6 absent. 7.
Ma'am, present.
Ajal present. Okay. 7 present. 8.
8.
Okay.
9.
Next 9. Okay.
10.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
12,
Okay.
13,
Okay. 14.
14.
Okay.
15.
Okay. 16. Number 16 absent. 17.
17,
Okay.
18.
18. Okay.
19.
Okay.
20.
Okay.
21.
Okay.
22.
Okay.
23.
Okay.
24,
Okay.
25.
Okay. 26. Absent.
27.
Okay. 28.
29.
Absent. 29. Present.
30.
30
31.
present.
31.
Okay.
30.
Okay.
33,
Okay.
34.
Okay.
35,
Okay.
36.
Okay.
37.
Okay.
38.
Okay. 39. 39. Absent. 40. Absent. 41. Absent. 42.
42.
Okay. 43 present. Okay. 44.
44.
45,
45. Okay.
46.
Okay.
47.
Okay.
48.
Okay. 49. Absent. 50.
50.
Okay.
51.
Okay.
52.
Okay.
53,
Okay.
54.
Okay.
55,
Okay.
56.
Okay.
57.
Okay.
58.
Okay.
59.
Okay.
60.
Okay. 61. Absent. 62.
62.
Okay.
63,
Okay. So absent is number 3, 4. 4 present.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Number 3 absent. Then number 16 absent. 26 absent. 28 absent. Then 39, 40, 41 absent.
40%, ma'am.
Ma'am,
40.
41%.
Why you didn't say your attendance?
ma'am 26,
26. Okay. 26 present, the 39, 40 present. No, 40, 41 present, 39 absent. Then 49 absent and 61 absent. Six absentees. So let us go on to the material. So I think I stopped with this. That is that while the presenter is presenting, he would encourage the audience to ask questions. Some presenters, they encourage asking questions in between, interrupting them in between, whereas some presenters, they encourage questions only at the end. So anyway, if you are going to give a presentation, you should encourage questions either in between or at the end. Okay. Since the listeners might be having several doubts, they have to clear their doubts, so they should be given a session to clear their doubts. Next, and another important part of a presentation is self-introduction. And self-introduction, it is an opportunity to share details about yourself and connect with the audience. So they don't know who the presenter is. Only if you reveal who you are to the audience, they will be knowing about you. That is, hello?
Head full
Hello?
എഴുതണം definition full എഴുതണം
എഴുതണ്ട ഹെഡിങ്സ് എഴുതിയാൽ മതി ജസ്റ്റ് 1 or 2 sentences എഴുതിയാൽ മതി മനസ്സിലാവുന്നതാണൊക്കെ എഴുതിയാൽ മതി ഓക്കെ ഇന്നത്തെ ഡേറ്റ് ഇടുക സെൽഫ് ഇൻട്രൊഡക്ഷൻ കൊടുക്കുക ഇൻട്രൊഡ്യൂസിങ് വൺ സെൽഫ് ടു ദി ഓഡിയൻസ് അത്രയും മാത്രം എഴുതിയാൽ മതി ഷോർട്ടായിട്ട് കേട്ടോ self introduction, it is nothing but introducing yourself to the audience. So this helps to connect you with the audience. See, whenever I'm lecturing, you just note the main points and write down 1 or 2 sentences related to the main sentences related to that topic. Okay, don't try to write the entire thing. This will be uploaded in Linbase. You can refer to these notes in Linbase also. But when you are listening to me, you should write down the main headings and the main points, because I want to know what I want to see your lecture notes at the end, what you had listened to while I was lecturing. Okay. So it is an opportunity to share the details about yourself, giving an introduction about yourself to the audience. If you had achieved, if you had done good work in the area that you are going to present, like if you have published papers, if you had written books on the matter that you are going to speak, on the topic that you are going to speak, you should introduce all those details to them, because only then people will know who you are and they will be impressed. Only if they are impressed about your knowledge, then they will be interested in listening to you. So this is way to self-introduction is an opportunity for you to introduce yourself to the audience, and you should communicate your contribution to get the audience excited, etc. So the way you catch up with the audience, that is what is mainly done in self-introduction. Then next is introducing the topic. So once you have introduced yourself, go on to the topic that you are going to introduce. So provide an overview of the topic and the key points to be communicated. Now, and this includes describing the scope of your speech, that is about what are the contents that you are going to include in your speech. Then also you should state the purpose clearly, why you are going to present this. What is your aim in giving this presentation? What are the points that you are going to cover in your presentation? What are the points that will be advantages for the listeners, etc. should be introduced in this section. And also the main points that are to be covered should be included in the presentation. And usually we include it in the contents page. The first page after introduction, the second page will be the contents page. As you have seen, whenever you open a book, after the introduction part and all, there will be a contents page. We look at the contents page to find out what are the chapters included in the book. Only if we are interested in, only if the chapters we are interested in is there in the contents, we will read the book. So, and also we before buying a book, we look at the contents to see the matter that we want is in the book. It's included in the book. So contents is very important because it gives an overview of what you are going to present. So I had told you you should prepare slides. So in that slide, and I think I had told you in that last class, day before yesterday, while I was discussing the presentation slides, that the first will be an introduction slide, then second will be a content slide. Then based on the content, whatever contents you have placed in the slide, the next slide will be based on each of those contents, that is the subject matter of the presentation. And finally, there will be a concluding slide, a conclusion slide. After that, there should be, usually in a technical presentation, there should be reference slide. Reference slide, after conclusion, there will be a slide called the reference slide. And the heading will be reference. And in that, you can cite all the websites, all the textbooks, or any journals or any papers that you have referred to will be included. You have to number it one by one and then include it in the reference slide. And after the reference slide comes the thank you slide. Okay, and this is a must. This ordering is a must. So next, after that comes answering questions. So once you have conveyed your points, you have to answer questions based on the doubts that the audience is asking you. So make sure to understand the question first while you are answering the questions put forward by the audience. What are the important things that you should keep in your mind before answering those questions? That is listed here. That is, make sure to understand the question first by listening to the entire question. Don't just listen to half of the question and start answering. You have to listen patiently to the entire question, and after listening to the entire question, you must make sure that you have understood the question well before answering. Then you should pause and allow yourself to value the question and the listener. So you should, whenever the listener asks you a question, don't just ignore the question. You should value the question and think before you answer. The next is repeat the question. Once a listener asks you a question, repeat the question aloud for the entire audience to hear. So if if you are presenting to a particular audience, if somebody asks you a question, repeat the question to the audience present there, so that they will also hear what question that person had asked. Okay, is it clear? Then, after you repeat the question aloud, credit that person for asking the question. You should encourage people for asking questions. So, the person who had asked the question, you should credit that person for asking the question. Then respond to the question honestly, and if unable to answer, research the answer and get back to them. You do not give back a wrong answer if somebody asks you a question. If you don't know the answer, you can just openly say that you will get back to them after finding out the solution. Okay. The next one is to bridge to the next question. Once a question has been answered, you have to bridge to the next question after clarifying the previous question. So once the question that has been asked by the audience is fully cleared, you can move on to the next question. Okay, so these are the things that you should keep in your mind when you are answering questions put forward by the audience. Is it clear? Is it clear to you? Hello? Is it clear to you? Okay. Okay, August. So whenever you are going to give an oral presentation, you can expect the audience to ask you questions. So when you are whenever some question arises, what are the procedures that you should follow? That is what is mentioned here. That is why you are answering questions put forward by the audience. What are the things that you should consider before answering that question? That is what is discussed here. That is, you make sure that you understand the question well. First of all, understand the question well. Then second, pause and allow yourself to value the question. Don't just neglect the question or underestimate that question. Just you should value each and every question that the listener asks. Then repeat the question aloud so that others can also hear. Then credit that person for asking question. Encourage that person. So the you must credit the person for asking question so that it is an encouragement for the other listeners also to post questions. Then respond to the questions honestly. That is, don't say wrong answers. If you don't know the answer, just get back to them after finding the solution or the answer. Then, once you have clearly answered one question, bridge to the next question after clarifying the previous question. Okay, so question answer session is very important after a presentation. So these are the points to be kept in mind while answering questions. Next is individual presentation practice. There is an 8-step process for preparing to present. There is an 8-step process for preparing to present. Okay, an 8-step process. 8-step process while you are preparing to present. So, anyway, you have to do a presentation after next week. So just go through these points and try to follow these points. Okay. Is it clear? Each one of you have to select a topic related to computer science, and you have to prepare a presentation, a PPT, and based on all what I have said, based on the number of slides, I told you there should be 10 slides. You should present it within 5 minutes. Time is always a factor. Okay. Yesterday I had given you 10 questions to answer within 10 minutes. And I think I'm happy to see that around 14 to 15 students have got, I don't exactly remember the number now, but 14 to 15 students have got 100%, that is full 10 marks, 10 out of 10. And around 13 students had submitted incomplete. It was incomplete, your answers were incomplete. You couldn't finish it within the time. And there are people who have scored very less marks, even less than 2 marks. So for those students who had scored below 50% and those who didn't complete the work, I will give an extra assignment and I will announce the date. Okay? Is it clear? Is it clear to you? Those who have scored below 50%, you will have to attend one more test. Okay. Is it clear? Hello? Did you hear me? Okay. So those who have below 50% will have to attend the test again. And I won't take the full marks for that test. I will just take the 50% of what you score. Okay. So the 8-step process for preparing to present. I think you had seen your marks, isn't it? Did you see your marks after the quiz? Okay, I think I had given that option to publish the marks, and also I had included it as an assignment 4, and assignment 4 is your quiz marks, and that is also published today. Okay. And those questions, assignment questions, are also uploaded in Linguist. You can just go through the questions, comprehension questions and assignment questions are all given in Linguist. So, Now, what is the 8-step process of preparing to present? When you are preparing to present, there is an 8-step process. What is that 8-step process? So, first step, preparation begins with conceptualization. That is, you have to build a concept of what is to be presented and how you are going to present. So, presentation begins with conceptualization. Something is formed in your mind regarding what you are going to present and how what are the contents that you should include in your presentation and how it will be beneficial for the users. Then second is internalize but don't memorize. That is, try to find out what are the points that you should include in your presentation, but don't try to memorize, because when in front of an audience you will forget what of the order, and if you forget the order, then it will it might disturb your presentation. So don't memorize, just put all points in an order. Then present out loudly. So whenever you present to someone, present out loudly. Then next present in standing position. Whenever you present your presentation, always do it in standing position, not in sitting or any other position. Just do it in standing position. Then present in the clothes you're try to present. That is practice in the clothes you're going to wear. That is, you should be comfortable in the dress that you're going to wear for your presentation. So at least once you should present in the clothes that you're going to wear. Then set timing for each slide. Each slide now, for each presentation, there will be a time limit allotted to you, and within that time limit, you should finish the presentation. So to finish the presentation, you should plan the time limit taken for each slide. Some slides might require a few seconds only. There are certain slides, if they need to convey more information, those slides will take more time. So you should set a time limit for the minutes or the seconds that will take for each slide. Then next is see where you are presenting. That is it in front of an audience, a public, a big crowd, or among a small group of people, or among your colleagues, etc. Then visualize your success. Always visualize your success and not your failure. Always think positively. That is, always think that you will succeed in your presentation and don't think negatively. That is, you should never think of faults that can happen in your presentation, but think of the good things that can happen, and always visualize success in your presentation. So these are the 8 steps that you should follow when you are presenting. That is, first step is preparation. That is, conceptualize what you are going to say. Then second step, don't memorize. Then third, present loudly. Fourth, present in standing position. Fifth, present in the clothes, or prepare well in the clothes that you are going to wear. Then set timing for each slide. Then see where you are presenting. See where you are presenting and visualize your success. These are the 8 steps. This is the 8-step process while you are preparing to present. Is it clear? So can you say what are the 8 steps? Can you repeat the 8 steps? Anyone? Those who had written down the notes will be able to say. What are the 8 steps? What was the first step? Some idea should be formed in your mind. Preparation begins with conceptualize what you are going to say. Very good. The next step. Conceptualization means forming some concept in your mind. You are getting some concept of what you should present in your mind, and that is known as conceptualization. Then internalize. That is, you should arrange whatever points you want to say, but don't memorize. Then third point, yes, present loudly. Very good. Then step. Fourth step. You didn't write it down? What is the fourth step? Yes, present in standing position. Very good. The next, fifth one. Fifth point. Set time for each slide, okay? Set timing for each slide, okay? The next, clothes are very important when you are presenting. If you are uncomfortable in your clothes, it will disturb you. So I have told one point, isn't it? Present in the clothes you are going to wear, isn't it? Present in the clothes you are going to wear, then see where you are going to present, the place you are going to present, see where you are going to present. And finally, most important point, and last point, what is the last point? Okay, see where you are going to present, visualize your success. Okay, so these are the 8 points that you should keep in your mind when you are going to present. Is it clear? Any doubts? Is it clear to you? Any doubts? Okay, Adarsh. So, now moving on to the next section. Presenting visuals effectively. So, to present visuals, that is, what do you mean by visuals? Visuals include pictures, charts, graphs, etc. Any drawing other than words are all visuals. So, visuals are an important tool for conveying information easily and for people, for the audience to remember easily and understand easily. Visuals are an important aid. So, whenever you are going to present, if you can use visuals to convey information, add visuals and then convey it clearly so that it will convey information clearly to the audience. So, a visual aid supplements words. Any visual aid, you don't need any words. You just need pictures. You just present the pictures, and audience will understand even without any speech. Audience can understand what you are going to present. So, always visuals can supplement words, and these visuals include pictures, charts, graphs, or other visual information, and this helps audience understand and remember things very well. Okay, is it clear? Especially in advertisements and all, visuals, they help us to understand advertising agencies, they use visual aids to convey information to the public rather than just words alone. So it also increases audience interest in the presentation. If you are using visual aids, it will increase audience interest, the interest of the audience will be audience will be interested in your presentation if you're going to use visual aids. Okay, then this will increase the level of understanding of the audience. Using visual aids, it will increase the level of understanding. Multiply the audience means it will increase the level of understanding of the audience of the regarding the matter that has been presented. So clear pictures, it increases or multiplies the audience level of understanding of the material that has been presented. So it also increases the audience understanding and retention. That is, they will be able to remember things for a longer period of time. They can retain more information in memory for a longer period of time if we are going to use visual aids for presenting. So is it clear? So visual aids are an important tool, an important aid for presenters, which help them to convey information easily, and also it helps the audience to understand and retain information for a longer time, and it can increase the interest of audience in your presentation. So visual aids, wherever you can add visual aids, visual tools like pictures, charts, or graphs, etc. in your presentation, you can add this. So I have told you, you can, when you're going to prepare your presentation, just use pictures, charts and graphs wherever possible. Okay, is it clear? You have to present a PPT on some topic of your choice. So wherever you can add pictures or graphs or charts, you can add them. Okay. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear me? In your presentation also, you can add visuals. Okay. Is it clear? So I'll be giving a date to submit your topic. I'll announce the date later. Before that, you should, I will give you a form, a Google Sheet to fill your topics. Okay. I will share it in your group. Yeah, before that, you should find out a topic. I will share it by tomorrow evening. Before that, search for a particular topic in computer science. Okay. Is it clear? Did you hear me? Hello? Okay, typo. Okay. So find out a topic today or tomorrow itself, and I will be sharing a sheet tomorrow, Google Sheet tomorrow. You have to fill your topic in that sheet. Okay. So the next step. So with this, we have come to the end of oral presentation. Next is debate and group discussion. What are the rules to be followed in debate and what are the rules to be followed in group discussion? Okay. Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, okay. So after your PPT presentation, there will be a group discussion. Okay. Once you have completed your PPT presentations, there will be a group discussion. I will divide you into groups. The groups will be chosen at random. I will select 10 students at a time and you will be given a topic to discuss. And based on how you're going to present, that is how, based on the points you put forward, you will be awarded marks. Okay, so this is another internal assessment for this subject, that is group discussion. PPT presentation is one. Yesterday I conducted listening skills, that is one assessment. Then next will be PPT presentation, another assessment, the second assessment, which is mandatory in this subject. Then the third one is group discussion. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear to you? Then I have given you letter writing and all, they all come under writing skills. So writing skills, under writing skills, I have covered comprehension and letter writing. Then listening skills was conducted yesterday. So writing skill over, listening skill is also over. Then your presentation skill comes next. You have to present using PPT. Then group discussion. Okay, that is speaking skills. Writing, listening, then speaking skills come in. Under speaking skills, I'm giving you two assignments. One is PPT presentation, another is group discussion. Okay. Is it clear? Is it clear to you? Okay. So, are all of you present? You can see 58 numbers. I'll be taking the screenshots. One minute, okay? Let me take the screenshot. Okay. So I think the time is over. So thank you very much. You may leave now.